right, LaVar, what do Belichick's comments tell you?
I think it tells you exactly what he said. I don't think, you can accuse Bill Belichick of not being forthright or being cooperative at times, but I don't think this is one of them. I think that when he said what he said, he felt what he said, and I think that, what for good or for bad, like the whole Volin and probability and percentages and stuff like that, I don't really get into all of that. And I think it sounds silly at times, to be honest. He used his discretion, and if there's one guy in the National Football League that you would say, let's trust this coach's discretion on this decision, it would probably be Bill Belichick. So I don't really put too much into it other than that's what he felt in the moment, that they had the best opportunity of winning that game by kicking the field goal in that moment.
That is exactly right. And I think that Wildes is going to be surprised by this. I'm not, and I wasn't yesterday, questioning Bill Belichick's decision. Now, I think Belichick is not like LaVar in this regard. Belichick understands all the probabilities. Belichick was the original, I am going to, eschew the conventional wisdom, go for it on fourth down in my own territory with the lead on national television against Peyton Manning. Why?
Yes.
Don't want to give him the ball. I understand what my chances are if you get the ball. I have to factor that in my decision. I do not think Belichick was unaware of the numbers. I do not think Belichick was unaware that, if we make it 55 seconds and 2 timeouts a lot of time. I think the most important thing Bill Belichick said was the very beginning of that, Wildes. There was no decision. We had converted 2 first downs. What went unsaid there was, I'm sorry, we had converted 2 third downs. Thank you, LaVar.
Yeah, you got
What is unsaid there is we're not picking up 3 yards. And that was my point yesterday. While everyone's throwing a parade for Mac Jones' 19 completions in a row, oh my God. And by the way, has a quarterback ever had more consecutive completions than points actually scored thanks to those completions? We should check that in the record books. Get Dusty, get on that with Elias. But what Belichick was saying is, I have 2 options. A kicker make his career-long field goal on a bad plant leg in the rain, and we get a stop, or Mac Jones get us 3 yards. And Belichick said, run him out there, boys. Get Nick Folk out there, because I do not think we can get those 3 yards. I don't think he screwed up the numbers. I just think Ben Volin's numbers don't incorporate the quarterback playing for the Patriots was Mac Jones. So they didn't have a 41% chance of winning if they went for it, because that means you got to pick it up. You got to actually have a good chance of picking it up. And Bill Belichick said, we don't.
There you go.
Bill Belichick said, Wildes, we can't pick up those 3 yards. So I did it. So I'm not criticizing Belichick, but you're in a rough spot. It's either your quarterback stinks or your coach is a doofus. So I'm very curious which one what road you're going to walk down.
Okay, I will go with option C, that we can't run the ball because the Bucs defense was the best running defense in 2019, the best running defense in 2020, and they're going to be the best rushing defense.
Against the rules.
I
forgot.
That was going to be a running play. He's like, well, you know what? We should hand the ball if we can't run. So he kicked a field goal, Broussard, and guess what? The guy sitting on the sideline who has 8 Super Bowl rings, he doesn't wear them every time because it's a pain for the metal detector, even though it was a home game. He doesn't take them out. The ball missed. We missed winning that game by the size of your coffee cup. So do I think that you can be immune from criticism? It's in the rain. It's 56 yards. The bad play. It missed by 4 inches. At what point can you say, you know what? That was the right call, even though it missed? That is an option out here, Broussard. That's where we should be. I know that's too nuanced for all you hot take artists out there, but that is the truth. It's true. You're a hot taker. You know what I'm talking to. I'm not talking to Broussard, my friend.
You're right. I'm with you for the most part, Wildes, in that you don't have to kill Mac Jones. You don't have to kill Belichick. But where you're wrong is that had that thing been 5 inches to the right, that kick, it's a victory. We're talking about a whole different topic. No, we're not. because you still left Tom Brady a minute, and he would have gotten them in field goal position. That's the whole crux of the matter. Let me say this to LaVar, but I know, LaVar, you probably didn't understand the context of this whole thing, getting in Nick's amen corner and all that. Before you go there and salute Nick Wright, the only reason we're talking about this is because he wanted an excuse to bash Mac Jones, period. He's not trying to give Belichick props and sing Belichick's praises. He wanted to bash Mac Jones because he's playing better right now than Trevor Lawrence. That's what this whole thing is about. Let me bring it back to what we're really discussing. All right, Belichick brought up the third down conversion rate, which I get. Okay, that's legit. However, and I said this yesterday, the Patriots had been moving the football. Their 2 previous possessions ended in scores, 10 points. They go 7 plays, 77 yards and a touchdown, and then 8 plays, 66 yards and a field goal. They were moving the ball. I don't want to hear about third down conversion rates at that point. It's a driving rainstorm. Nick Folk hadn't made a 56-yarder since 2010, and you look like you would have converted it. So go for it, because even if Folk makes the field goal, I suggest that Brady was going to come down and get them in field goal position anyway, and you would have lost anyway. So I would have gone for it, and I think they would have had a better chance of winning. Then you kick maybe a 45-yarder with 20 seconds or 10 seconds left, and the game's over. Sure. So I stand by this, Wiles. Ben Volen is right.
Why do you, but then Broussard, what is the reasoning behind him not doing it? Why did he choose to kick the field goal then? What's the reasoning behind that?
I think he
was not trying to lose.
I think he felt like his defense could have stood against Brady. Brady obviously wasn't having the best game. But I think Brady would have marched just like he marched him down. Right. Just like he had marched him down the previous possession. And just like he threw 2 passes that could have been touchdowns to AB in the end zone, I think Brady would have got him down there. But I think Belichick thought the defense would have helped.
That's why I think he went for it. Differently. The scoreboard says differently. They struggled on offense against this Patriots team. Bill Belichick said we went against Tom every day in practice. Y'all might be blown away and looking at Tom Brady as he's unguardable, but we've seen him every day. I think he was confident in them making it. It hit the upright, so it was there. I think he felt real confident about being able to defense them.
And I think he thought they'd hold.
Yeah, and he didn't think he could get the 3 yards. Once everyone's done talking, whatever chance you have of making a 56-yarder, you have a better chance of making a 53-yarder or a 50-yarder. And when everyone's done talking, whatever chance you have of stopping Tom Brady with 55 seconds, you have a better chance of stopping him with 0 seconds. Both of those things were available to him if you pick up the first down. But Belichick looked up and down the sidelines, I think said, hey, Jacoby, how's your arm feeling? Are you ready for another pass? Because that's the only big plays we're getting. Pass interference calls and Jacoby Myers passes. So, and they were out of trick plays. The refs weren't going to throw another flag to bail him out. So he's like, I guess we got to kick the field goal. He's telling you, Wilds, we couldn't pick up third down, so why would we be able to pick up fourth downs? It's not me. He's telling you.
Why? Well, look. I believe in Belichick with all my heart, and Belichick's decisions are a lot like my kids' art projects. I'm like, wow, this is amazing, no matter what. It's just a blanket, this is amazing, before it even comes out of the backpack. But there is a narrative out there, LaVar, I want your take on. Because I was saying earlier on, like, you know what? I wouldn't mind platooning Cam Newton. I wouldn't mind when we need a few yards on a rushing play, having like how the Saints used Taysom Hill. And I could see in that scenario, granted, I will never criticize Belichick, that would have been nice to throw Cam in there. Now, granted, Cam said he would have made Mac Jones uncomfortable in his interview with his father. He's unvaccinated, and his arm is shot despite the people rewriting last year. His arm, he cannot throw the ball. But I think and I don't know if he would accept a Taysom Hill type role. But after seeing that, where it's like, our options are either a 3-yard pass, we can't run the ball, or a long kick, is there any part of you that thinks, you know what? this would be a good opportunity for Cam Newton. Maybe they should have kept him on the team.
Possibly. I think it's a tad bit of a stretch. I think it's a good concept, what you introduced. I don't think there's anything wrong with what you said. But all in all, I just think that Bill Belichick believed in his kicker and thought that that was the right decision to make because the odds were in favor of him to actually, if he made the field goal, to stop them on defense because they had stopped them pretty much all day.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.